Thanks for coming back. What we do want to remind you is to subscribe to Subscribe. If you like it, subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe. And just give us some feedback on what you'd like to see, where you'd like us to go, what you'd like to hear. But let's jump back into it. Where we left off, we were talking about the Airbnb. I have done Airbnb before. I did it last fall when I actually went to Europe. Great way to feel like you are really living in the culture and really get to know locals, and they really help you guide your way as far as activities go.
So it was our first Airbnb experience.
Yes.
I think we talked about Aruba's resorts. I do a little bit of just hotels, resorts. It kind of just depends on what's going on at the time. I will say that Shanice has me sold. Like, I've seen a lot of issues about Airbnb. I don't know if we'll have a different experience somewhere else. But we had an amazing experience in Cuba. I am completely spoiled. Our hostess was amazing. She went ahead and she booked everything for us. She made sure that the right people showed up at the right time, and the excursions were top notch. There was even a point where she said, Google me. So I'm very, very excited about that. So I will say, other than that, we're going to go through the days and actually what happened from like day to day. We did about 5 days in Cuba.
Yes.
I will say for the planners out there, the biggest thing to remember, especially with your girls or your family, whatever, I say that I'm the traveler that has no plans. Like, I just let life happen. Because my other life is just like so much going on. I like to kind of be surprised by things, and it works out fine. The biggest thing that we want to know, the biggest thing that I want to tell you girls is that it's okay if things don't go as planned. It's all right. Go with it. The first day was a photo shoot. We didn't do the photo shoot. Life went on. Our second day that we really had a lot of fun with was the beach. So I am a complete beach bum. Like, I love the beach. I love just laying out. I love just like enjoying life and just being still. So if you have a busy life like me and you want to be still, Cuba has an amazing beach. So the way it started. Yeah, Veradero.
Yeah,
Veradero.
And I think it's one of the top beaches to actually go to in the world.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we'll kind of...
It's listed. Go ahead.
She thinks everything's about Turks, but Veradero Beach was amazing. So I will say, so a couple of things we did our second day after our travel days, went to the highest point in Cuba. Absolutely amazing. We had some great drinks.
And why was it so amazing? It was so unexpected, right?
Well, I'll say, like, we had some great drinks. So at the highest point, there was a drink that we had a pineapple, and the view was gorgeous. On top of that, we had, from there, we went to a little hamburger joint, and then that was on the beach, and then from there, we had an amazing beach experience. The sun was popping, we got to lay out. She's a book nerd, so she got to read. I actually do audible books because I drive for my job, so I'm used to it, so I listen to books.
And I spent most of my time in the water. I got to get in the ocean, so that's where I was at.
Amazing service, super handsome lifeguards. So amazing time, guys.
And
it is
walk by shirtless.
Absolutely. So after that, after that day wrapped up, we are girls, even with protective styles. We were a little late for our dinner reservation. So we did go to this restaurant by the name of San Cristobal. So if you follow like President Obama, look, so we went to this restaurant. We were 45 minutes late, and they still accommodated us. Thank you very much.
Black people time, but we be trying.
Yeah, but even though they accommodated us, they didn't rush us. We felt very, very comfortable. We had some good meals there. We did family style for everything. So I think I got like a seafood platter. She got a beef platter.
Yes.
She got fish. Everything was amazing. We're New Orleanians for the most part. Even if we weren't born and raised here, and so we understand like food is important to us. The food was very, very good. We had delicious seasoning. Now we did have an appetizer that was eggplant ceviche that I love the most. So if you go to San Cristobal, get the ceviche platter. It was absolutely amazing, along with the seafood platter.
I don't like anything extreme, no extreme flavors, but it was really easy to eat on the palate, good texture, good flavors. So I definitely recommend you be a little adventurous, get outside of your comfort zone, and you'll enjoy it.
It was very, very good. Now, beyond that, what I will say more more than anything else is that our waiters are very generous. Not only did they let us come late, but they turned other people around. So I think your presentation is important. Be happy, guys. Don't be like mean tourists. Like, be happy, be engaging. But the other thing is that they brought us restaurant cigars. So these aren't them, but we did get cigars in the restaurant. We got to pick our own cigar. And they brought us a shot of Havana Club.
Which
That
is
is
rum.
the
Which
that
is
is
the
the
rum.
rum. Yes.
So you have to have your cigar and you have to have it with rum. And it was delicious.
Which leads us into our second
Our
day.
second day in the on the countryside, and the countryside we traveled to was Vinales, and the trip was 2 hours long. So we traveled to Vinales, and our first stop in Vinales was the cigar plantation. I won't say cigar factory because it was an actual plantation. It was lush, it was green, it was rolling hills and countryside, and so we toured from seeds, these little tiny black seeds, to leaves, to the drying process, and in the drying process they actually remove the nicotine from the cigar, so the cigars are actually fairly healthy to smoke. Now, smoking cigars in Havana is different from what you think. They use them as a special occasion tool when your family is getting together, when you are celebrating some life.
So not just rolling up one with your homies.
Right, you just don't smoke cigars all the time.
No,
It's a
just for
special
the barbecue, you know.
And so we found that in Havana, they, at the particular plantation that we went to, the family chose to dip their cigars in honey and then smoke them and light them because Che Guevara, he would use the honey to coat his lungs because he suffered from asthma. From the cigar factory, we went on to lunch.
Let me say this really quick. So Ruba and Shanice, both, I'm that girl that likes to experience everything in life. So when we're going on vacation, like, I believe in doing every experience that that city, that country has to offer, even if it's out of my comfort zone. These girls, I think, are going to talk a little bit about what was out of their comfort zone, and the way that Ruba just described that cigar factory or plantation.
Okay.
Like, she was so in love. I think it's important to know that that was out of her comfort zone. She was like, I don't smoke.
So yeah,
I don't want to do this. I don't
Right.
smoke either, but it was fun.
I don't like the smell of cigarette smoke. I don't appreciate somebody that actually smokes. I got into that darn plantation and I loved the smell of the dry tobacco leaf. I loved that room. It smelled fabulous. The earthy down to, you know, it was just natural for me. And so I ended up leaving there with a whole new view of cigar smoking, especially since the nicotine is not involved and it's, you know, not unhealthy.
And it's seen as a ritual.
Yeah, and it was a traditional family thing, you know, that occurred when something special happened. So I could appreciate that. And I ended up leaving the cigar factory, loving it, loving the smell, and totally, you know, enamored.
With a
the
pack
whole
of like
process.
65 cigars, by the way.
Right.
So we
I
flipping
want the
five.
maximum amount.
So we did get to purchase cigars that were actually rolled at the factory. There were packages of 14 and I believe 20. And and it's a
15,
great
20
gift
packs.
to give back to anyone that you're returning home to. A Cuban cigar is a great novelty.
Right.
But then we actually went and we ate our asses off, right?
Yes, we had a fabulous lunch, and when I say fabulous, we had a table of food. We had lamb, we had crab, we had pork, we had fish, and then on the side of everything, we had 3 different types of rice dishes. We had yucca, which is a traditional potato. Okay, whatever. So the fish was delicious, the food was delicious, and they actually roasted our meat out in the open so that we could see it. It was awesome.
There's pictures, but $15 each for all the food that we're going to show you guys. Absolutely amazing. If we can get the name, we will post it below.
Absolutely. And there was
It'll
actually
be
a
like
band.
$15 meal.
And we
you
got
know.
up and danced with the band while our food was being prepared. It was a great time. And then it actually let us, we ate so much at lunch, but that didn't stop us from going to the hot spot in
Yes,
Cuba
this is
for
the cave.
dinner.
No, but we went to caves.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We
Yeah,
went there. Yeah, we went to caves, and it was your, when you think of a cave, your rock formations inside of a walled room, and it was dark for a moment, and then we traveled in the cave on boats. So actually leaving out of the boat, you know, we could see this beautiful view of caves and bats, and it was interesting. You never would think you would do that in Cuba, but we did. And then we
Beautiful
went on
cave.
to dinner which was a place called La Garita.
So hold up. So Madonna spent her birthday there. President Barack Obama, Beyonce, if you're not a Beyonce fan,
Rihanna.
you know, Rihanna, Jay-Z, just this beautiful rooftop restaurant that was so cool to be in a hot spot for celebrities. So
And
very
it was
excited.
cool because everywhere you went in Cuba, you went up these winding, spindly staircases. And you traveled up, and there was a floor where you could do something on. And then you traveled up farther, and there was another balcony that you could appreciate. And then we got to the top, and you could look over all of Havana.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, and it was nighttime.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I actually, so we did family style again. So I actually I think I got beef again. Ruba's a pretty lean eater, so she got fish.
I always get fish.
And I think you got chicken, but it was really good and it was really awesome. So that actually took us into our last and final full day in Cuba, which took us on our city tour. So a city tour is something that is very popular in Cuba. You have your classic cars. We went with the top down. We went to Fustelandia first, which is actually this great art complex in Cuba.
Jose Justa.
Him, who is still living in the community, gave it back to the community. It's all Cuban artists, full of color, full of life, amazing place. And then we actually went to, I think, the antithesis of it, which is actually the rainforest, which is really taking you back to greenery, and we saw some really cool religious rituals. I saw a couple of dead animals, which I was not really into, but Ruba actually had a really cool. So Ruba actually had a really cool
she's so busy trying to smoke a cigar, she can't even talk.
Yeah, so we're still trying to get it, but she actually had a really cool finding there where she, her name Yoruba is actually a religion, and she actually got a little history there.
So we ran upon a group of 4 men who were conducting a Yoruba tradition.
Yeah.
And there was a Yoruba ritual that included them sacrificing a lamb. And they were at the water, so of course they were this ritual in honor of Oshun, which is actually a water deity in the Yoruba religion. But actually, the Santeria is very popular there. So 75% of the population in Cuba practices Santeria. And Yoruba is kind of an offset of their mixture of Santeria and Catholicism. It was awesome. We ran upon some shrines. I'm a nerd, guys.
So whether you're looking at religion or you just want to get a beautiful scenery, like we saw
Take
weddings.
some really cool selfies, because
Cool, and we saw weddings, so that was pretty
We
cool.
saw wedding, yeah.
And it's a beautiful greenery. Either way, it's a great place to visit. Amazing time there, 100%.
So then that took us into one of our final activities, which was salsa, and I am a really uptight person. As a person, I'm really uncomfortable having like some sweaty person grinding on top of me, unless alcohol is involved, which after a couple of mojitos and a couple of shots, we were actually able to really loosen up, at least I was, and we had an amazing time. So we ended up having a great time salsa dancing. It was 2 hours. Another thing that our amazing Airbnb host set up for us, by the end we had like literally people outside on the streets looking at us dancing. It was an amazing time, something I'll never forget. It really allowed me to loosen up, and it was a really great activity. We went to lunch. Lunch was I would say an experience in one, just making it work. So this was one that was not planned. We ended up on a really cool balcony. We actually saw pictures of Naomi Campbell and Paris Hilton on the way down. We'll have the name of that restaurant at the bottom. But when you vacate, it's a lesson in you don't actually vacate because your life is still going on. So in our mishaps video, because guys, trips are not perfect, we'll actually have a little bit more about our mishap at that lunch. But one of the mishaps is actually that we ran out of moolah. We were out of money, and it was our second to last day in Cuba. So what we decided was we were rationing out. It was a little traumatic. We were rationing out, but what we realized was that we would have to haggle. We would have to get some prices down. We've already gotten cabs before we did activities, and that's exactly what we did for the rest of the trip.
Here's the deal. We talked to you about the beach. The beach was gorgeous.
Right? Veradero.
The countryside was beautiful.
Vinales.
Yes, beautiful.
Yes.
Like even then into cigars, it's something you gotta do. It's Cuba. Cuba, guys. Like, just do it. It's fun. Even more than that, the salsa. Like, if you salsa, if you dance, like we love to dance. That's what we did. If you want to know more about it, have questions about names or what we experienced or how much the prices were, we have all of that. Subscribe, number one. Hit the bell, get the notifications, number two, and then number three, write the comments. Don't be mean, guys, but write the
No
comments.
shade.
No shade. We're all about magic and all about inclusivity. That's that right? Inclusivity. So just make sure that you be included, keep us included. Let us know. I think Nat, she's pretty pissed because I didn't go to the food and wine experience.
The New Orleans wine and food experience occurred, and this chick
I wasn't
was
invited.
like totally absent. She was
I wasn't
MIA.
invited.
So I was thinking, hey, I like wine. Who doesn't? Who likes drinks? So what could we do?
So we're thinking about doing Sonoma, Napa, San Fran, wine country. We know that get pretty hard. So we're thinking about that. I think we should do that. We're gonna probably do it. I think I'm the only one that's been. So I'm gonna send the girls where I went. You guys think about places that you've been. If you wanna give us suggestions.
Well, I want to go to Tahoe, and I want to get on a hot air balloon.
Yeah. So Tahoe's great. Another one of my favorite places. So definitely Tahoe's great. So let's figure it out,
She was
guys.